welcome to another Money Morning Routine. All right, lots to show you. It's a Monday, which means I'm getting updated from over the weekend, my spending and everything else. So for my checking account spending from over the weekend, not a lot going on. I did have Netflix come out, and I also had to get some propane for the deck. What I mean by that is just we have a little fire table up on our deck as well as our grill. So that was brought my checking account down to $757.63. So that is a little bit lower, actually a lot lower than what I like to have it. I like to have about $1,000 in my checking account at all times. If we go over here to my budget, let's see where I am with bills. So Netflix came out for $29.32, or no, for $27.21. Okay. So according to my budget, I have two more bills that have to come out. This is going to be about $112 or something like that. So that's going to bring my checking account balance down to six something. So it is a little bit more than half of what I like to have in there. I think I'm just going to continue to let it grow. Not a big deal. For my cash spending, here's my envelopes here. I did spend some money on food. Let's go ahead and do that one first. A couple of different receipts here. So let's count how much cash I have left in my food envelope. So $256, let's write that down. So $256. There was a $5 bill in there, but I'll deal with that in a minute. First receipt was on 9/18, yolks. And you can see here that I ended up spending $150.05, so I'm going to round up to $151. And the next receipt was at Yolks as well, but it was on 9/21. Yolks. All right, 114. I'm going to put on this one. So minus 114, bringing me down to 256. I want to also take that 5 out of there for my $5 challenge. I'm going to put this in my $5 challenge jar. Put my cash back in my envelope. $5 challenge minus 5. That leaves me with $251. Okay, scan these receipts into Fetch Rewards. So now that those 3 transactions and my envelope is updated, I need to write that down on my expense tracker. Okay, so that has been updated as well. If we look in the rest of these, so beauty is 0 for beauty. Miscellaneous, I'm also at 0. Household, I'm at 0. Pets, I'm still at my 50. And fun, I'm at 44. Okay, so my checking account expense tracker and my cash expense tracker have been updated. Now, I mentioned in my last Money More routine that I wanted to try every month, I try to save one envelope in my 100 envelope challenge. I'm going to be doing that. Now, here is the cash. I don't have enough cash in my envelopes to do that. So I brought over some cash that I have from my farm stand so far this month, thinking that I can save some of this as well. So let's open this up and see where I am. We'll see if I can save the smallest amount next on my board. So the next one on my list to save is $43. So let's go ahead and see. Now, I can take some money from my fun envelope. That's not a big problem. So $43. I don't want to take all of it. Maybe just a 10. Maybe I'll just take a 10. So this is going to be a couple different steps so let's write down on here that I took this 10 before I forget. So 9/22, this is 100 envelope minus 10. This leaves me $34 to spend in fun. Okay, so we have my 10 now. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Awesome. So there's a couple of different things that we have to do here. So I spent 10 from my fun, and then the rest was from the income that I made from my farm stand, which I have not documented yet. So I used $33 of the income from my farm stand for that. So let's write that down on my workbook. So 922, I'm just going to write farm stand income. Okay, we're going to call it other income for now. And we're going to put $33 here. And then we're also going to write 100 envelope. This is a savings challenge. And for this, we are saving $43. So we had to write where the $33 was coming from. And because I have not documented my farm stand income, so I have it here. $33 was a deposit into my life. And then I saved $43 of that, 33 from my farm stand and 10 from my fund envelope. Now I'm not having to document the cash I took from my fund envelope because I already documented it as part of my cash envelopes when I pulled out money to stuff my cash envelopes. And let's go ahead and stuff that envelope here. Okay, so I have 43 here. This is my envelope here. So I'm going to stuff that. This envelope is going to be full because there's a lot of ones. All right, so put that in there. Oh man, my box is getting a little tight. Stuff that in. All right, so that has been done. Mark it off on my board. Okay, so the next one I have to save is 46. I'm getting that done. Put this all back. All right, so all of my envelopes have been updated. Next thing I want to do is look at my October stuff. So I got my October budget calendar done. I finalized my budget for October here. Not a lot going on. My Arizona vacation I had to plan for, $1,800 worth of that spending money. If we go to the very beginning of my workbook, now here's what's going on with my Arizona vacation. I have already paid for the housing, the flights, and the transportation. And the housing and flights were paid with my vacation sinking funds. I paid for the transportation with Pine Manor Natural Income. That's what this key is down here for the colors. $455 of that transportation cost was rental car. The rest is going to be for gas. So I now have food spending, activity spending, personal spending, miscellaneous if I need it, and the rest in gas that I'm going to be spending on a credit card while I'm down there. Anyways, this is my Arizona budget. So I have about $1,800 that I'm going to be planning to spend in my budget for October for Arizona. So I did include that. I do have that done. Now, Arizona also, I'm putting $327 towards that in October. It's my last big push for savings for that trip. You can see I wrote down here in my notes that after October, there's no more Arizona or Yellowstone sinking funds. In fact, all of my sinking funds are done except for my Christmas sinking fund. I do have other sinking funds you can see here. These are savings goals, but they're ongoing. None of them are goal specific, like a holiday or event. The rest of them are ongoing no matter what. I do them monthly. I don't have an end goal. So like property taxes, my dream account, Costco disport, house maintenance, car maintenance, house insurance, my hay for the homestead, car insurance, and pets. Those are ongoing. I did fill out also my cash envelope breakdown. You can see the next thing I have to do is all I have to do is fill out my teller slip. And then I'm done. Now, of course, the next big thing is creating and making my October cash envelopes. And then I'm 100% ready. I need to prep. I don't think I've prepped. Another thing I need to do, I need to prep September monthly budget category breakdown. You can also see I flopped September for tracking my food. Look at this. Nothing. I'm so bad at this, you guys. I cannot believe it. I said, September, I'm gonna do really good. I got through 3 days. Literally 3 days. This is where I track what I'm having, if I'm eating out or not, or what I'm doing for dinners. Horrible. Tonight, I'm probably gonna be having either a turkey burger with some Asian salad or something like that, something really easy. But that is my morning routine.